right, I am here with my new friend, Budman Stu. And where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
Wow, long way from home. What brings you to the first annual Cannabis Cup, Nevada?
We came out here to preview our product, fake bud necklaces, our hat pins, our keychains. Each one's a handmade piece, one of a kind. No two are alike, like a snowflake.
So like a snowflake, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. You were telling me before we began that you guys have the capacity to duplicate your strands. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we have the capacity to duplicate any strain that anybody brings us. We've had growers come to us and ask us to duplicate their strains. As a matter of fact, this one came from Oregon. It's a black cherry soda strain. These are a green crack that we've done. This is a Fruity Pebbles. But we have growers all the time. We actually have the movie theaters or the movie industry has started looking at us to use our stuff as props.
I bet very, very realistic looking, as we can see.
Absolutely.
So tell me about the genesis of this. Why did you start making these, and when, and how did this all happen?
We started about summer of 2015. We were just playing with some things, messing around one day, and we came up with them, and we didn't have them where we wanted. And it's taken us a couple of years to get them exactly, but if you can look at them now, you can't tell the difference. We get stopped on the street all the time, people thinking it's a real bud.
So do you guys have like a website, a good online presence?
Yes, we do. We are at 420expressions.com. Our Instagram is 420_expressions and Budman Stu, 2 accounts. You can find us on Facebook at Budman Stu and 420 Expressions.
So I see that you are stylistically repping marijuana, so you're here in support. What are your thoughts on the future of legal marijuana in this country? Do you think that we're headed there, or are you not quite sure?
I believe we're headed there. One of the reasons we started this thing, we had a vision to help people understand the benefits of medical marijuana. And that's really one of our core issues that we talk about when we're addressing people. I wear these products in South Carolina and on the East Coast where it's not as popular as it is out here on the West Coast. And folks will come up to me all the time and they kind of frown about it, and they're like, what do you got on, and why do you wear that? And what we do is we tell them that we started a company called 420 Expressions a couple years ago. We want to bring light to the benefits of medical marijuana. And people buy these and wear them in support of medical marijuana. And when you say that to somebody, it just kills the stigma. It makes them back up. And then they can actually address you with a conversation about marijuana, about the legalities of marijuana, and the medical benefits of it. I have my father who's 82 years old. He's a staunch anti-marijuana person. He's found out about CBDs, and it has changed his life. And he knows what I do now. We've explained our business, and he started researching this thing, and it's opened his mind. It's something I would never thought my father at 82 years old would have ever, been open to. And he's actually has conversations with me about it every day.
So you've talked a lot about medical benefits. What are some, for someone who is opposed, like you said, like maybe your dad or other people in your community, what are some of the benefits that you like to highlight of medical marijuana, just for people who don't know?
Well, there's the CBDs in the marijuana are the most important thing. The CBDs work much better when you have some THC with them. They have the hemp-derived CBDs that work fine, but when you put just a few percentage points of marijuana on that, it makes the CBDs work 10 times better. It works for a ton of things. It helps with folks with opioids. It's a painkiller that will absolutely take away. My father's knees bother him, and he's been taking, a THC-based CBD, and his knees don't hurt him anymore at 82 years old. He can go out in the yard and work. There's Alzheimer's that it's working with, cancer it's working with, ADD, ADHD, the seizures in the children. There's so many different things that folks need to open their eyes and realize and do some research. Don't let it just blind you.
Yeah, or let people scare you based on information that's not current with the current research as far as how it does help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's had a stigma to it, but we need to work on breaking that stigma. so that folks understand it's not, it's our message is hope, not dope.
Absolutely, that's a great slogan paired with your beautiful jewelry here. So, with what you've talked about the stigma, do you think that we are more likely to resolve this issue on a state-to-state basis as far as passing legalization, or do you think there's going to be some kind of federal legislation that's going to make marijuana destigmatized, decriminalized, and available for people?
Well, I believe it's going to work on a state-by-state basis to start with, but there's a lot of our senators and our congressmen who really understand it now, and they're really trying to get a push to take it off and decriminalize it. Right now, there's some bills in the House and some bills in the Senate that they're trying to work on right this minute. They just need to get a bigger following, you know, and people need to be talking about it and explaining it to people. Like I said, that's one of the reasons I wear what I wear, because I love being an ambassador and having people ask about it, you know, and being able to explain it.
Yeah, you've got to start the conversation somewhere, and I can only hope that those dope misconceptions are a time of the past. Thanks so much for stopping and hanging out with us for a minute. Any last words? Any final thoughts?
No, ma'am. If you want to try to find us, look on 420expressions.com. Instagram is 420_expressions and Budman Stew. And I hope everybody has a great Cannabis Cup.
Heck yeah, me too. Thanks, Budman Stu.
Thank you. It's very nice.